Hey guys, so today's character design challenge was a really fun one for me and a little bit unique because prior to this I've mostly gotten humans. Today's challenge was to draw a lonely kitten. Last night I watched the Cat Show documentary and this morning I read Yankees, so I guess I was primed for today's prompt. So when it comes to lonely kittens, I thought about kittens in boxes, which is the very first, very obvious thing to think of. I think kitten in a box has been used forever to imply like, oh, that's so sad. I mean, Warner Brothers has sure beaten me to it. Cheese Sweet Home has beaten me to it. I'm sure Yankees will do the same thing, or Yankees. So I start with a kitten in a box, and then I decide to take it to another level. What's sadder than a kitten in a box? A kitten in a box in the rain. So I started off by doodling just a very simple kitten in a box sketch, and then I took a moment and kind of sidetracked over to the kitten in a box in the rain. And what would have maybe even been cuter is the kitten in a box in the rain with like one eye open, like he can't even sleep. But no, this kitten in a box is getting an okay night's sleep. So the next thing I want to focus on are those big, sad kitten eyes. And thinking about this, you know what I should have drawn? A kitten in the snow. A few years ago, I went camping, and one of the people who were camping with us found this Maine Coon kitten hiding underneath one of the cars. And I ended up adopting him for the week and making sure he ate enough food. And a kitten in the snow is pretty dang sad, y'all. That is a very lonely kitten. And I decided to give it the Maine Coon M because I didn't want to give it eyebrows or even those eye sockets that I give Pancake, but I still wanted to imply like concern. And that M can be used to give expression. You can draw it up high and tight for a really concerned kitty and relax it, have it more spread out for like a more relaxed kitty. Okay, so that is go one. That is like kind of the obvious. So here is go two. It's a kitten, just kind of alone, like a house cat who's been left alone for the day. Because that was my second train of thought, is like, okay, well, yeah, stray cats are lonely, but what about when we have to leave our kittens at home? So it's like a sad, defensive little cat loaf waiting for someone to come snuggle it, but it's still not really looking like a lonely kitten. And I didn't really want to draw a sequence for this because I'm trying to work on like my storytelling in a single image. So alright, I'm still kind of working on like the lonely house cat idea. So this one's snuggling with a sock because those of you who have had to leave your cats alone for a few days may find that they've stolen your stinky socks or they've stolen one of your stinky t-shirts so that it has something of you it can kind of self-soothe with. Or anytime you have to board a cat, they recommend that you leave it with like a blanket you slept with or a t-shirt you slept with. So that was kind of the idea here, is like this kitten was so lonely, they missed their owner so much that they snuggled a sock. And the prior kitten has a tail, it's a little Maine Coon, but this time I was thinking of my cat back home, Remy, who's a Manx. So I drew a little Manxy tail because they're pretty cute too. I mean, that's kind of like the point of this exercise. Okay, this one I had trouble with because it's supposed to be a cat crying. Like any of you who have tortoiseshells have probably been woken up at 2 in the morning with the wow, 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 like it's dying or something, when really it just wants you to pet it, and I'm sorry, I know that's obnoxious. So I'm trying to make like that kind of a face, like it's concerned, but I'm also trying to avoid going to caricature too much. Like I didn't want to draw the kitten crying, and I didn't want to draw it with like little sad eyes. Like I wanted to try and draw, I was kind of going like the Tex Avery approach to cute. I wanted to draw something that like the face still looks like a kitten, still reads as a kitten, but I haven't resorted to like gag caricature. So I ended up drawing 5 different iterations of the lonely kitten. And I hate to say it, but I still think the kitten in the box in the rain is the saddest of the lonely kittens. I mean, the little hunched up cat loaf is also pretty sad looking. The cat with a sock just looks like it likes socks. And the cat with the Maneki Neko paw looks like it's just like learned a new. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed today's character sketch, and I hope you will join me for another one in the near future. Bye guys!